Hello everyone, top of the morning to you, or afternoon or evening, or whatever time you've clicked on this video to watch it. Why have you watched it? I don't know, but you're welcome if you're still watching after that introduction. So it's time for another unboxing haul, I believe they're called. And this is from a discount store because we're all watching the pennies, aren't we, at the moment? And I've ordered a fair amount of things, all on the whole practical, I think, practical items. And I've ordered from a company called the Yorkshire Trading Company, and they mainly have stores in Yorkshire and the north, but there is an online store. So if you're interested in taking a look at this store, you can check them out. I'm not affiliated with them, I don't get any commission, but I'll show you what I bought. And then if you fancy taking a look, you can always browse through the store online, which I have to say is a more pleasant experience than browsing the store in real life. I've only been to a few of them. I've been to the one in Ripon, Selby and Whitby, and I understand now there's a new one in York, and I saw some social media pictures of the inside of the new store in York, and it looked all very tidy. But in my experience, Yorkshire Trading Company don't really have a policy of tidying up. When I worked in retail, we were constantly tidying, refolding things, putting things right. But in Yorkshire Trading, it's like an earthquake's happened. I don't know if that's every store, but that's certainly true of the stores I've been in. But if you've got the time to rummage through the shelves, you can pick up some bargains. So I didn't have time to rummage through the shelves, so I ordered online. So let's have a look what I bought. Now, delivery was pretty quick. I think I only placed the order a couple of days ago. They don't use Every, formerly Hermes. They don't use Parcel Force. I can't remember who they use, but anyway, it's some other company. This is my second online order from Yorkshire Trading. So let's have a look. Well, I've got some environmentally friendly packaging here. Right. Oh, here's everything. Right, let's start with this. I'm doing a bit of home renovation at the moment. These are a 3-piece radiator roller set, 3 pieces being the 2 rollers and the handle. Now, it's not for painting behind a radiator, although that's its main purpose. I've got it to paint some parts of my ensuite that's just been refurbished. So I've had a new ensuite, but I just need to do a new top coat of paint on the walls, which I wanted to do before it was fitted, but didn't have time. So I thought this might be useful for getting in a few areas because of the long handle. So that's by a company called Decton, and I've seen this brand elsewhere, and I've got a few other Decton items. So that's the first thing. I don't know if I can tell you how much these items were. I can't because there's no invoice, so I'll just get the invoice online and tell you how much these were. Okay, I'm back with my iPad. So the 3-piece roller set cost £2.99, not a bad price. Now this is radiator heat reflector foil, fits all radiators, obviously you cut it to fit. It's got some sticky pads to fit it. You can buy a lot more expensive radiator foil than this. This is a pretty budget priced one. That was £5.99 for 5 meters. It's 1/2 meter wide and 5 meters long. Now, although I might put some of this behind my radiators, I do have foil behind some of them already. But what I'm planning to do with this, I am getting, some of my regular viewers will know I'm getting a new sofa and snuggle chair. And in my living room, the snuggle chair will be going in front of a radiator. And because I don't want too much heat going into the back of the snuggle chair, I'm going to fashion something out of some lightweight board or some heavyweight cardboard. I'm going to cover it in reflective foil and just slot it behind the snuggle chair so it'll help reflect some of the heat back out and upwards. Well, that's the plan. So there we go, that's radiator heat reflector foil, and it's by Exitex, not sure, £5.99 anyway, that was. These are three, oh, and they are soft. These are three soft tip brushes. They are bristle bottle brushes with soft cotton ball tips, and you get small and medium and a large. I like these because they're a bit different because they have this soft tip. A lot of this sort of brush, you often find at the end quite a hard, sharp metal part. So if you're cleaning anything delicate, you could risk scratching it. I'm not planning on cleaning bottles with these. I have another channel on YouTube where I demonstrate vacuums and sometimes show how to clean them, how to maintain a vacuum. And there's some parts of a vacuum, if you want to give it a really good clean, it's very hard to do so. For example, some upright cleaners that have a brush roll and a clear window, sometimes you can't remove the brush roll to give that clear window a bit of a clean. So I was thinking possibly these flexible bottle brushes with the soft tips might help me sort of clean out old vacuum bits and other bits and bobs. So, but you can of course use them for bottles. So they were, let's have a look, soft tip brushes, £1.49. Pretty cheap, I think. What's this? Ah, right. Some more Exitex, I don't know how you pronounce it. These are rubber, self-adhesive rubber, 5 metre length, and they're for windows and doors, draft excluders, and they seal gaps between 2 and 5 millimetres. Again, I don't need these for my home. I live in a new build house and there's no drafts in a new build, well, not in mine anyway. This again is for my other hobby, my vacuum cleaner refurbishment and collection hobby. And there's certain vacuums I've got where they have sort of rubber seals or foam seals inside them, normally around the motor compartment, and they've perished. So I thought I might try using something like this to replace the perished foam. So that's for that purpose. But of course, you can use it for the purpose it says on the box. And this cost, let's have a look. It's not very easy to see. Oh, here we go. Flexible rubber, £3.99. Oh, I don't remember buying 6 of these. No, I must have. It says 6. These are, again, these are for vacuum cleaners. I've got 6. 6, and they each contain 3 sachets. These are by the company Nutridol Fresh Science Vac Sac Super Fresh. Yes, keep your sac super fresh with Nutridol. And so basically this can deal with cooking odours, waste odours, pets and smoke. It's also, there's 3 different fragrances. I only saw this one on the website. They do it in a fresh pink and original. I think the original's blue colour and obviously the fresh pink is pink. This one is super fresh. So inside this packet, and basically you put these, if you have a bagged vacuum, you open up one of these little sachets full of perfumed powder, whoops, pop it inside your vacuum and it does make the air expelled from the vacuum smell pretty fresh. There's no reason why you couldn't put that in your bagless cleaner, I suppose, but you'd have to discard it every time you emptied the bagless unit, or possibly put it somewhere in the air path as long as it's not obstructing anything. They are best in bagged vacuum cleaners if you use a bagged vacuum cleaner like I do. So they're pretty good. I quite like them, and these were £1 each. I remember them being £1, and that's quite cheap for a pack of 3 of these, and they do smell nice in my opinion. What's this? Oh yes, well, because I'm doing a bit of decorating, I've got a couple of these Decton flexible sanding blocks, coarse grit, multi-surface woodworking, paintwork, keying, plaster and prep work, and it's basically sandpaper on a sponge. And I like these spongy ones for when you're doing door frames and other wood that isn't flat. It just helps you to sort of get round mouldings and things, just to prepare the surface ready for painting. How much did those cost? Let's have a look. Decton. Flexible sanding blocks. They were £1 each, so £2 for both of those. And these, something you can buy in a lot of bargain shops, pound shops. You can also buy flash branded magic erasers in supermarkets, a lot more expensive. These are Buzz 4 magic erasers, chemical free, and they were £1 each again, so £2. And these are high density foam. You can cut them in half, you can cut them into little bits, you don't have to use the whole thing. You have to be careful with some surfaces you use these on. Some shiny plastics can go dull if you use these, so you have to test a small area before you use it. But they're very good. You just wet them with water, don't have to use any detergent, and you can rub over stains, mainly on hard surfaces. It says it's good for shoes and trainers, marked walls, oven grills, alloy wheels. Just wet and wipe, rinse after use. Suitable for painted walls, stainless steel, tiles, grout, wood finishing, laminate floors, stonework surfaces, plastic coatings and doors. Warning, do not apply excessive pressure when using this product. Do not use with water-based paints, not suitable for use on delicate surfaces, not suitable for car bodywork. So yes, these have been around quite a few years, and they're very useful if there's a mark somewhere that you can't remove any other way. But do as it says, don't rub too hard, or you could be taking the finish off whatever you're rubbing, so it could look worse than having a mark on there. So 2 of those, that's good value, I think £1 each. What's this? Oh, this is more of that Exitex, and again this is self-adhesive foam instead of the rubber, and again that's not for sealing gaps, that is to use in my vacuum refurbishing. I thought I might try this foam strip in some areas. I've got, that's definitely the right diameter. I can just think there's a few vacuums that have this sort of foam in it, and it's about that diameter, and in all the vacuums I've opened up, that's all perished, so that would just easily replace that. If you want to know, it's my Hoover Sensortronic cleaners. They tend to have this foam that separates the bag automatic cord reel part from the motor, and that the little bit that separates has a bit of foam on top. They always perish. Every time I've opened one up, it's been perished. So I'm thinking it might help, this stuff. And that self-adhesive foam in brown was £1.49. Now this was just impulse buy. I might try this out later. It's called a Miss Belt Instant Hourglass Shape. Shall I put it on, folks? Look slimmer. I mean, I need to look slimmer, but where's the fat gonna go? It shows a lady. I mean, you can see the results you get there. I only got that because it was reduced quite a lot, from 20 something to £3.99. So it's like a modern day corset. It's by JML. JML are a sort of modern day Ronco. If you're old enough to remember the Ronco adverts back in the 70s and 80s, all these gadgets you never knew you wanted, I think JML have just replaced Ronco, because they do have some rather odd things in their lineup, some very useful items. So this, I mean, I'm not too fat, but I do a lot of my videos knelt down, and then the fat just sort of piles over like that. I probably won't use them, but I'm going to give it a go for £3.99. It's got instructions. Again, it's just a lady, so it's basically going to hold all my organs in. But apparently, it can help with posture too. So I'll see what that's like. I might do a separate video, a before and after. But I say, it was an impulse buy because it was cheap. Another impulse buy, because again it was cheap, is another JML product which is in here. And this is the JML hand-powered slide chopper. This was only £3.99. Again, it was over £20 originally, but it was £3.99. And this, now I've started home baking, it might be useful to chop some ingredients, for example nuts. For a coffee and walnut cake, it would chop up half or whole walnuts, or no, halves, you get them in, don't you? Without having to use, chopping with a knife. So basically, here it is. Well, I think that looks quite good for £3.99. I think you... Ah, that's not what I was expecting. Oh well. I was expecting one of these pull cord things that whizzes really fast, but you've got to really go fast, haven't you, with this one? Oh, I've finished. Oh, and it's got a suction doobry. You'll need that. So you can pop it on your worktop, close it, and then it'll stay on your worktop, and then you put the ingredients in somehow. Slide to unlock. There you go. And then I won't touch that. So you've got some sharp blades. Yeah, probably only worth £3.99 to be honest. But yeah, there you go. You can do your chopping. And it didn't come in a nice box. We've got the instructions here. So I'll have a look at that later. But I thought I'd give it a punt for £3.99. Now, one main reason I'm hoping these are going to be okay, I've had a bit of trouble finding some bulbs for my new lamps in my living room, because one of the lamps, it won't work, and it's all down to the shape of the contacts on the underside of the bulb. If these are little round ones, these aren't going to work. If they're more the sort of teardrop shaped contacts, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine, I think, with these. These are Osram, so they are a well-known brand for light bulbs. That's what I wanted. You very seldom see the bottom of a bulb pictured, and I've bought 4 packs of bulbs from Amazon, thinking they would be okay, similar to this, with the filament, but instead of this shape on the bottom, they were just round, and it didn't engage with just one of the lights. I'm pretty sure they're going to work, because I've got another bulb like that does work in the light, and the other one doesn't. So that's good. At last I found some bulbs. These are 60 watt equivalent bulbs that only use 7 watts of electricity, but will replace a 60 watt bulb in your lamp. So I've got 2 of those, and they are Osram Parathon, and these are warm white, and these cost me £2.99 each, £3 each for those low energy bulbs. And just to hedge my bets, I bought these 40 watt golf ball. These are bayonet fitting, but of course you can buy screw fitting and there's lots of other bulbs. And they probably won't work in the lamp I'm thinking of, because you can see they've got a round contact, and that for some reason will not work in one of my lamps. So I'm not so bothered. I can put those away, use them another day for something else. But the 2 I've just shown you will be fine. And these golf ball ones, they were £1.99 each. And here, I'm not sure if this is cheap. I don't really buy a lot of Brasso. This is Brasso, metal polish, but you can use it on plastic as well. Brasso is quite good on plastic. I've used it on plastic vacuum cleaners, older machines that, what's that about? It's just very well packed. It's good for, once I've cleaned an old vacuum, then the next line of defence to restore it would either be T-cut or Brasso. I've used Brasso on plastic vacuums since probably the 80s. Because yes, although it says metal polish, I don't know if plastic is mentioned, and obviously test a small area before using Brasso on a plastic item, but it seems to be good. It might remove a very fine layer of the plastic, which is how it works. Can get rid of very fine scratches. So that Brasso, I'm not sure if it was cheap, but it was £4.49. I expect that's more expensive in some shops. And then finally, I have in this box a tin of paint, and I think it's furniture paint. It's by a paint manufacturer you might not have heard of, but they do an awful lot of different paints. And in fact, for my ensuite, I bought a tin of this because I didn't want that sheen. A lot of bathroom paint and kitchen paint that's suitable for use in steamy areas has a mid or soft sheen to it. And often when you put a silk or a sheen finish on a wall or ceiling, it can highlight a lot of imperfections. When you use a matte finish, you know, it's a bit more forgiving. And I've done my ensuite, I've given it a couple of coats of matte, just Dulux emulsion as an undercoat, and I need to do a couple of top coats with a special bathroom paint. And I wanted it to still look matte because I really like the look of it. So, well, this isn't, I don't know why I'm telling you this, this isn't what I've bought, but I have bought a matte finish bathroom paint by this company. This isn't for the bathroom, it's not for the walls or ceiling, this is for furniture. And it's only a small, well, that's going to be more than enough. It's a small tin, but I've got a radiator cover, and I've also got a little tall chest of drawers in my hall, and the top of it became damaged. I think it was an oil burner or a reed diffuser. Some of the oil got on the top and it damaged the top of the wood. So I just need to sand that back and then repaint it. So this is a company called Rust-oleum, and they are pretty well known in the trade, but not as well known as Dulux or Crown. I've gone for a chalk white furniture paint. It got good recommendations, good ratings, and it's basically is for furniture. So if you're upcycling, you know, if you can't afford new furniture and you want to bring to life some old tatty piece of furniture you've had in your garage, or you've inherited some wooden furniture you want to modernise, then you can buy furniture paint, and they do loads of different colours, but I just wanted a white colour. So I'll be trying that out. And that cost, it was about £1 cheaper than I'd seen it elsewhere. So that cost me £12.99, and I think it's 750ml. Yes, 750ml. So I think £12.99, if that's going to restore a piece of furniture, make it more usable in your home, that's well worth going for. And as I said, loads and loads of colours. Just search Rust-oleum paint online and you'll see stockists. I expect Amazon sell it and other places. But they were pretty keen prices. They do a lot of Rust-oleum at the Yorkshire Trading Company. So that's it. So all that bundle there cost me the grand total of £61.37. I did pay £4.99 P&P. So it was £66.36 for a lot of useful items. Well, that's my entire haul from the Yorkshire Trading Company. I'll put a link below to their website if you want to have a look, because they do tens of thousands of different items. This is just a tiny selection of some of the items you can buy. And obviously I'm not affiliated with them, but I will leave a link below so you can click on it and check out their range. Or if you're in Yorkshire or somewhere in the northeast of England, I think mainly, you can see if they've got one. Pop in. If you can stand the mess, you can often pick up a bargain. And it'll be interesting to see if you've been into a Yorkshire Trading Company shop. Is it an absolute tip? Are you stepping over things? Are you squeezing through the aisles to get to the goods? I'd like to know if it's all of them that are like that, or it's just the ones I happen to have been in. But as I say, it's worth a peruse if you've got the time, because you can pick up quite a few bargains. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Bye for now. Oh dear folks, I think I'll be donating this to my local charity shop because I'm too fat for it to fit round my belly. I thought I'd be transformed, but there is no way. No. Oh, there's no way that's fitting round my belly. In fact, it's ridiculous because this size is a small to medium and it fits a natural waistline of 23 to 27 inches. Well, if you've got a waistline under 27, I think you're doing pretty well. So this is okay if you're slim already and want to look even slimmer. If you want that emaciated look, or you want to fit into a very slinky dress, well, maybe this won't do because it'll show under your clothes. So that was a waste of £3.99, but never mind. I'm sure someone who goes into the RSPCA shop will see that and buy it, and then there'll be a little bit of money going towards helping the animals. But yeah, it was an impulse buy. It was cheap, but now I know why it was so cheap. Because it's no good if you're a fat so-and-so like me. And that was the whole point of getting it. I just wanted to support, hold in, improve my posture. But you need to be pretty slim. And to be fair, it is aimed at ladies, not at fat middle-aged men. So there you go. I'm actually going now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.